bells jingle all the way.
Hey gang, Gucci gang, V gang. Not gonna lie, when it's not very sunny out as it has been lately, it really has an effect on my mood. I don't know, just having one of those days, I guess, but that's okay. I will get over it. Today I'm going to tell you about my beauty school experience. I've mentioned that I'm a beauty school dropout.
Beauty school dropout, no graduation day for you.
Which honestly is kind of a fun thing. Like, I don't want to say I'm glad I dropped out of beauty school, but the plus side of dropping out of beauty school is you can say that you're a beauty school dropout.
Beauty school dropout.
And as I'm doing that, I'm going to do my makeup. Seems fitting. You know, it's a two birds, one stone, or feeding two birds with one scone, as I'm supposed to say. I get to show you my vegan products, and you get to hear about the horrors that was my beauty school experience. I also thought this would be a good time to talk about it because Jer's gone. He's on a work trip. Not a work trip. He's traveling for work. I feel like work trip implies he's doing something fun. He's not. So it's finally not the Jeremy show. He forgets that this is the Tofu Goddess show. Hey, sorry, I'm back. My camera battery died and I changed because I realized that shirt was like super wrinkly. So here we are. I don't remember where we left off, so I'm just gonna jump right into it. I already put on foundation because I'm a ding ding and wasn't thinking where to begin. So I signed up for beauty school and it started in September in the beginning, and I want to say that I went into this super excited. For concealer, I'm going to go in with the Too Faced Born This Way multi-sculpting concealer in the shade Swan. So on my first day of beauty school, and this is just gonna like set the tone, okay? On the first day of beauty school, the director of the school, who's like this middle-aged woman, she says, she gives us a lecture on how this is a drama-free institution. You know, if you have to say it, you know there's a problem with drama. It was just like a bizarre thing to say on the first day of school. So I should say the general problem with this place was it felt like I was back in high school. Like, there was one teacher who was actually super delightful. She was like this older lady, like she was a grandmother, and she was like my main teacher, and she was so sweet. I loved her. But all the other stuff, they can go to hell for all I care. So that was really dramatic, but trust me, it's justified. I'll give you an example. So like on the third day or second day, I'm on my phone in the salon floor. We have all of our own little vanities that we sit at and would like work on our mannequins. It's like, yeah, you don't go to beauty school, you don't just start cutting like actual people's hair, like you start on mannequins. So it's the end of the day, there's no clients left in the salon. We're all just sitting around. There's nothing left to do because like the way beauty school works is you have to clock in hours, and you can't graduate unless you get so many hours. So we can't leave, and there's 15 minutes left until we can leave. And so I'm on my phone, like who cares, right? Just on my phone, not doing anything. And this teacher, she comes up to me and she's like, "You're not allowed to be on your phone." And I was like, "Oh, why?" Like that's because that seemed really bizarre, and I wasn't being rude. I was just asking why. Like, this is a private college, I'm paying to be there. I have the right to ask why I can't be on my phone. And so this teacher, she says, because it's against the rules. And I'm like, okay, but like why? And she's like, because it's not professional. And I was like, okay, firstly, according to who, it's not professional. I guarantee you in like white collar jobs, people are on their phones like all the freaking time, but whatever. Even if I didn't argue that it's actually professional. I just said that like there's no clients here, so like who cares? And she's like, but it's the rules. And I'm like, okay, but why? And she's like, because it's not professional. I'm like, okay, but there's no one here, so why can't I be on my phone? And she's like, because it's the rules. Just totally circular. So that was kind of frustrating. And then she says to me, "There's a camera behind you." And I look, and in the corner there's like this security camera, I guess. As if this is gonna scare me into submission. Like, I don't care if someone's watching me. use my phone. What are they gonna do? Kick me out? They want my money. Anyway. And so I was like, oh, who's watching that camera? And on that camera? And she's like, I don't know. And I was like, do they get paid? Do they pay someone to just sit there and watch the camera to make sure that students are on their phone? And she's like, I don't know, Big Brother. So that was just such a bizarre interaction. And this was like I said, like the second or third day. So, you know, not off to a great start. And so like I had a real problem with not being allowed to use my phone. You know, I understand not using your phone when you're with clients. Like that's obviously not professional and that's not acceptable, but like it's my education, it's a private college. If I want to fail and flunk out and not pay attention and be on my phone, that's like my own business. I'm just used to a university setting where like maybe first year professors might give you crap for being on your phone, but like no one cares if you're on your phone. Another thing, this beauty school, like there was so much time where you're just sitting around not doing anything because for each activity, it's a class. So the teacher shows you what to do. Let's say oh, sorry, I didn't mean to like flash you with the mirror. A teacher would tell you, okay, we're gonna do rollers. This is how you do the first step. So then you do the first step and you have to wait for everyone else in the class to finish before you go on to the next step. So you're just sitting there and it was so freaking boring. Like if I wanna go read something on the internet or just browse social media or whatever in the meantime, like why shouldn't I be allowed to? Oh, by the way, I'm using this e.l.f. brow pomade gel thing in the shade light brown. And I'm using this, almost dropped it. I'm using this old brush by Joe Fresh. I don't know, I've had this forever. So the next day, or maybe it was later that day. Yeah, later that day, I go to the director's office and she comes off as like she presents herself, I should say, as this woman who's just like wants to be there and help you out. So, and you can talk to her about anything. So I go to her office and I'm like, can I talk to whoever's in charge of policy? And cause she's not the owner, she just like works there. Like she's the director. The owner is based in Ottawa, where it's kind of far away. So, and she's like, why, what's wrong? And I was like, well, I don't like the cell phone policy. And she's like, well, what do you have, what's wrong with it? And I said, I find it infantilizing, as if I can't be trusted with my own education. And so they tried to explain that it's not professional, but like, whatever. I thought their reasons were bad because again, I'm a grown freaking woman, you know? There was people there with kids and they can't be trusted to not use their phone properly. She says, not a problem, you can talk to him on the phone tomorrow in my office. And I said, great. So the next day, in the mornings, we have like theory lessons. And don't even get me started on that, oh my God. But anyway, so the director, she interrupts our theory lesson to come in and say, because a student came in and complained yesterday, we're gonna make you, about the cell phone use, we're gonna make you work longer and you all really need to learn like hard work. Like you get out what you put in when it comes to your education. And she was like so agitated, this woman, and I could not believe it. Like the tone of a disrespect because I had the audacity to like question the policy. I just wanted to discuss the policy with the owner. I was perfectly cordial and polite, like in talking to her. And so she's trying to like punish us by working harder as if that's a punishment. Like I'm here to learn. Like, yes, I want to be busy until the very last minute so I don't have to sit around. Like I'm paying money to learn stuff. Like she's trying to punish us by doing that. Like so freaking stupid. So that like never happened, by the way. She never actually ended up like making us work harder or longer. So that was stupid. And the worst part of it was, she said, oh, and the ministry recently passed this decree where students aren't allowed to use phones in the classroom anyway. So like, it's not even up to me anymore. And now, okay, this sounded highly unlikely. Like what? The Ministry of, colleges, what am I saying? University of Colleges and Universities, training colleges and universities is gonna pass some decree where you can't use cell phones in the classroom. What are they gonna tell professors how to present their lectures next? Like that seems so unlikely, and a little convenient. So I looked into it and apparently the Ministry of Education passed a decree, but that only deals with high school and lower. So it had nothing to do with us, a private college. So I went to her office at the end of the day and I apologized if I offended her, which that's just what kind of person I am. Like I genuinely don't like upsetting people, even though I said nothing that should have upset her, but whatever. So I apologized anyway. And I asked her like, can you explain this like decree that was passed? Because I don't understand. I didn't realize the Ministry of Education had anything to do with the Ministry of Training Colleges and Universities. So we went on this like weird circular discussion where the director of the institution was trying to explain how the Ministry of Education was kind of sort of related to the Ministry of Colleges, Training, and Universities. But like, just spoiler, they have nothing to do with each other. She was either lying, she lied that this decree was passed and that the Ministry of Education had anything to do with us, or she didn't know. The director of the institution didn't know. So I'm inclined to think that she just like didn't know. And she eventually did concede, like, oh yeah, it actually has nothing to do with us. So I think she just straight up didn't know, and she was caught in not knowing and didn't want to admit that she messed up. So yeah, there was lots of little things of like being treated like a high school student. I won't go into all the details. And no, less than a high school student. We had kids or girls there who were straight out of high school, and they said that they were given more like freedoms in high school than at this private college. And so and the thing that kind of really pushed me over the edge was the racism. One of the teachers, she would say these things like not with malicious intent, but with like kind of high-key racist. Like there's one Asian girl in the class, and this teacher, she said, like, we're doing this braiding, and she just says to this girl, just imagine that it's like chopsticks. She didn't say that to anyone else. She never talked about Asian culture whatsoever. She only ever said that to the Asian girl. Again, it wasn't malicious intent. It was just really uncomfortable. I heard secondhand from this girl, this woman of color, who, I don't know where she's from, like Middle Eastern or somewhere. And she said that the teacher did this racist like hand gesture. I can't remember, and I don't want to do it. So I don't really know what it was. I never heard of it, but this girl interpreted it as like kind of racist. So there was that. And also this teacher was bragging about how she bought these $1,000 hair cutting scissors made of ivory. Like, wow, great. You spent $1,000 on to support someone killing freaking elephants and rhinos. Like, congratulations, you're such a good person. Also, the students would say racist things. Like this one girl, she called like the only black girl in the class the N-word to her face, and they didn't kick her out. Like the administration didn't kick her out. I ended up just quitting because that place was hell. Like this wasn't everything, okay? This is just like the major things, but it was small things every single freaking day. One of my teachers was kind of racist. The other ones treated us like school children. Some of my fellow peers were freaking racist. Some of the girls were really nice. Like I got along with them. They were really great people, but some of them were just awful. I realized also that I don't know if beauty school is for me. After university was thinking I really want to do something that it requires me to turn my brain off and just work with my hands and be creative in that way. But I'm realizing after beauty school that I do like, you know, more intellectual pursuits as well. I mean, I haven't done any makeup in like forever. I'm gonna go in with, oh man, I need to wet my brush or sponge. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm gonna go in with this Anastasia Beverly Hills contour kit. I'm sad that beauty school didn't work out and that was such an awful experience. I don't know, maybe had I gone to another beauty school, things would have been better, but this was the most like convenient one to go to. The other ones I'd have to drive really far. So I'm not gonna go back to beauty school. I realized it's not for me, but whatever. And I'm using cream products because my skin is super dry. I normally just use powder because it's just so much faster. And I really like to focus the color on this part of my face because I have a heart-shaped face. So this will make my face look more oval. Not that there's like anything wrong with having a heart-shaped face, but just generally doing your makeup to make it look more oval makes your face shape look better. The idea isn't to like not have a heart-shaped face anymore. Like I like my face shape. I don't want to have an oval face. That's just the most flattering way to apply the makeup. And now I'm just gonna take this brush that I got off Amazon years ago. Go into this cream contour kit again and I'm gonna do my nose. I don't know how to like show you. I don't know how beauty gurus do this. It's so hard to like apply your makeup and also like have it so people can see. So that looks crazy, I know. But bear with me. It will look mediocre by the end of it. Oh man, I am rapidly losing daylight. I hate living in Canada. Oh my god.
Yourself. A merry little Christmas night. And have yourself a merry little Christmas. Up, up, up.
And there we go. Normally I wouldn't put so much effort, or not effort, like makeup onto my face, but I can't wear any on my eyes until tomorrow, so this is the finished look. So what's the moral of this whole story? Know how you deserve to be treated, and it's so tough, like when other people make things that could have been really great just like awful. Just be excellent to each other. It's not that hard. As I edit, I am eating the chili from yesterday. It tastes actually kind of better the next day. So funny how that is. And of course, I'm adding nutritional yeast for that B12. Don't want to get B12 deficient. And gingerbread house, standing tall still. That's structural integrity though. No one can question it. And yes, I'm gonna clean the frosting from yesterday. Don't worry. Don't worry.
Have yourself a merry little Christmas night. And have yourself a merry little Christmas. Up.
I am back from the store, and for dinner, as you saw, I'm making these for myself. I know I literally just yesterday said, see guys, I do eat healthy, and here I am eating processed crap, but I don't want to make this kitchen any messier because I have to clean it tonight, and I just want something really simple with minimal mess, and I might make some potatoes with it. I don't know. Don't give me a hard time. I ate a ton of vegetable chili today, so I'm good. And also, speaking of being unhealthy, I cracked. I confess I have an addiction to Coke Zero, and I don't want to. Not because of my health. Sorry, Mom. She's always on my case about Diet Coke and how I'm gonna get cancer, but because I don't like drinking stuff that isn't water just because it's for environmental reasons. Like, how much water did it take to produce this Coke Zero? Like, I could have just drank the water. So, like, I don't actually know the answers to those questions, but I'm assuming it takes more water to produce this than there is actual liquid in the case. I don't know, I just feel that way about a lot of things. Like, I don't know if you noticed, guys, but I don't have the most like aesthetic house of all time. It's a nice house, like the bones of the house are nice, like don't get me wrong. I'm talking about, like, in my humble opinion, I'm talking about the interior decorating. Like, everything in this house was given to me from my parents and my grandmother. Like, they just had all this old furniture and they gave it to me, and like, yeah, I could replace it, but hey, I don't care. It's kind of ugly. And by kinda, I mean like seriously ugly. I feel like to be a good YouTuber, a successful YouTuber, I mean, you have to like have a nice house. At least all the like the big YouTubers I know, they have like a nice house or a nice backdrop, but like, oh my God, I just don't care. And also, I'm motivated to not really replace the furniture in my house because, yeah, environmental reasons. I don't want to tear down more trees. I don't want to use up more energy, use up more water to have the latest aesthetic. I mean, granted, I don't think like the look that I have going on in my house right now was like ever a look, but it's functional, it works. Why did I bring this up? Oh yeah, like, you know, you just go to the store, like the grocery store or any store, and you just see like all this stuff. there's just so much freaking stuff in this world, like all the Christmas stuff. You know, these corporations have just really gotten us. You know, they really tricked us. They've like permeated into our collective mind, and they've told us that you need to buy a whole new dish set and all new house decorations and buy and all these gifts for each other, and they've really gotten us to spend, and you can't have Christmas cheer unless your house is decked out with all this stuff. So I don't know, I just don't like buying into that, and I know maybe this makes me like the Scrooge or like the Grinch, but it's just how I feel, and I've always felt this way. Ever since I was 16 years old, I remember feeling kind of like gross about Christmas stuff. I do give gifts for Christmas, but this year especially, I'm gonna try to really be eco-conscious with the gifts I give, and I'm not gonna spend that much. I don't know. I just don't like being told by society that you have to spend a lot of money just because it's Christmas. I'll spend money when I want, thanks. It's 2019, people. There's no reason you should not be able to go vegan. Are you having a snooze on your little cat mat? I actually, I won this kitty cat mat at a farm sanctuary fundraiser. Like, it was a raffle ticket prize, and he just loves it. I never thought to get him a dog bed because he just like sits on the couch and on the bed, so I don't know, I didn't think he'd care for one, but he actually really likes it. It's got little kitty cats all over it. But he really likes cats, so it works out. Okay, people, it's the moment we've all been waiting for. My nearly cleaned kitchen. I just have to wipe down some surfaces and the appliances, sweep the floor, finish the last few dishes in the sink there. There's not very many left. And I'm in the process of organizing my makeup area. And that's it for the vlog. Thank you so much for watching, and I will hopefully see you tomorrow.
Fields we go.